Hello, welcome back to the railway room in the garage. Just thought I'd make a little film clip, tell you how I'm getting on and where I'm up to. This stuff, for those of you that are thinking of using your garage, shed or anywhere for insulation, it's the non-itchy stuff made from recycled plastic, and it's absolutely brilliant. Very effective, and I've been putting it up just to show you on the roof beams, and with string to keep it in place, and then later on it'll be plasterboarded. So I'm really pleased with that stuff, and it's quite reasonable, so well worth buying. However, whilst I was doing this and putting this up, there's the strings of where I've had to take the stuff down, I stumbled on this blinking stuff, which I could have done well without. Woodworm. It's in about 5 of the beams up there. Not extensively, but it is there. So consequently I've had to take it all down, or I'm in the process of taking it down, and using a woodworm preventative and a killer, I'm now treating the beams. These beams are actually clean, but I'm not taking any prisoners, and I'm going along doing the whole lot all over again. So it's a setback, which I could have done in all honesty well without, but never mind, we'll get there. So that's why things have slowed up a bit. Been some small progress here and there. This was a wall unit just over 7 foot long that was in my sister's kitchen, Susanna's kitchen, and when they were having it refurbed, I snaffled it for out here. The stuff that's in it, buildings and whatnot, they're in there for protection really, rather than for display. It'll be used for display later on. And then there's another old cabinet of mine which will be used once I find the shelves and put it on the wall at a later date. Controllers, I think these old controllers from the Hornby range were fantastic. I just love the plate on top where you can fit your switches on to control your points and signals and isolating rails and everything else. They're fantastic. I don't know why they ever went away from that idea. I think that's so clever. Everything's combined in one spot. Whether I'll use them on the track with the modern gauge masters, I don't know, but I'll certainly have them out, and I'll certainly have the switches mounted on them. Trusty old Hannah & Morgan that my father started me off in railways with in 1962, still going strong. A few other bits and pieces have come to light. This is a late 70s Hornby chateau style station. Really lovely building. I don't think I'll use it on the railway, but I will have it as a display, and I will put lights in it, which would be nice. Found my old turntable as well from the 1970s, along with another controller, so I'll sort that out. I'm probably going to use my Super 4 turntable on this layout, because I'm hoping to build the layout in Super 4. So we'll see how we get on using the Mr. Snooze method. And we'll try bits and pieces. This is all going to be packed away because I've got to get it back up there and get this lot down and the ceiling treated. West Croydon A signal box, rescued from the signal box when they were demolishing it. London Brighton South Coast Railway signal box, which was being demolished. I couldn't see that chucked, so I worked on the railway at the time, so for a small fee I was able to buy both signs from either side of the signal box. The signal box used to sit on a gantry above the railway, in fact in a cutting, and funny enough the cutting was actually part of the basin of the Croydon Canal. When the canal went bust, the railway took over and basically filled the basin in and then built their railway, and it was actually the site of the world's first atmospheric railway. Not Brunel down in Dorset, as everyone always says, not Brunel's stretch of line. He came up and saw the West Croydon experiment going on and thought, oh, I'll try it, but of course everyone bangs on about Brunel. Great man, no, not deriving from that, but it was the West Croydon line that had the atmospherics a few years before Brunel. Lovely sign there from a dear boy, really wonderful. Southern Railway, brilliant, very atmospheric. Other bits and pieces that are out, I always do things back to front. Here's my workbench. I can come out here and fiddle around. Not ideal now because I'm working up there, but you know, I don't like to do things the obvious way, although admittedly I didn't expect to find woodworm up there. So that keeps me out of mischief and out of the wife's hair. There's Ibis, the door, Pullman door. Still trying to work out what to do with that. Still, I like the idea of making it a display cabinet front. So that would be nice if I can do that. I'm hoping so. We'll see. And there's a blast from the past. That's an old glove display cabinet from the Edwardian area, when ladies have had all their gloves. And you can just imagine it, really thick plate glass, that Edwardian. But it's great for keeping my some of my locos in safety. So I like that. Bits and pieces you keep, isn't it? That's what it's all about. That trunk's full of trying. So yeah, we're not giving up. We're going on. As I say, got to sort this seating out. That's the thing. But we carry on. Not bad out here. Hovers around 41, 42 in old money. Little bit nippy. I have got an oil-filled radiator, but it doesn't really stand up to the job. And when I'm really pushed, I switch the halogen heater on as well. But obviously I don't leave these things on, so I'm going to look for some sort of form of permanent heat to be kept out here. Something probably like the greenhouse heaters you can buy, electric ones, run on a low current just to keep the temperature down. So I'll try something like that. I did think about, you know, the idea, romantic idea of a nice little stove in the corner, putting wood and coke on it, but my wife brought me crashing down to earth, as women tend to do, and says, well, you know, it's going to take a lot of upkeep. So I thought, yeah, she's right. Although it would have looked nice, smelt nice, but probably not the best idea, and probably wouldn't have made me popular with the neighbours, coming to think of it either. So there you go. Anyway, that's what's happening out here. A bit of a backward step, but not for long. Hopefully this week we'll see these problems up there sorted. There's a bit more of it. There's a bit of it. There's a bit of it. It couldn't be left. So that's had one treatment already, this lot. 6 beams have been done with 3 to go. Once I've taken that lot down. And then they'll all be done again 3 times. So it's a bit of a backward step. Knocked me back a week and a half, I think, probably. But never mind. Best to get it done now. The last thing we want is that roof on our heads. It's a bit scary out there, and can be depressing at times. But those of us that have got hobbies, I think we're very fortunate to sort of be able to sort of go off into another world, if you like. Still too much stuff out here. I need to move some of my new and vintage bikes into another shed. Stay positive. Not always easy, I know. Stay positive, stay well, stay safe, and I'll catch up with you all very soon. And the guys that produce the videos that we all love and enjoy on YouTube, keep it going. That is a great source of encouragement for us that are still scrambling to get started. It's a great source of encouragement, and keeps us positive. And those of you that are actually able to get out and about and make these films on old railway lines and tunnels and canal side and everything else, you're doing a marvellous job. Don't underestimate it. Keeping us all positive and all upbeat, and giving us lots of food for thought, and indeed hints and tips on places to go and visit once we're out of this mess.